All right, welcome here. We're going to go through the week one requirements for digital learning here in HL year two history. You are all going to make a Flipgrid, which you can access here in this Prezi and a link that I have that looks something like this. And you're then in day one going to evaluate it. And this is going to be the beginning process of then eventually creating what is called your personal history project. What this is a personal project detailing a historical look at your summer break. The goal is to present this to the class through Flipgrid and use that to evaluate the historical relevance of your account as it relates to history. The role you are playing is that of a historian, where you're going to ask a personal presentation, like a biography kind of, and then use that to convince everybody else that yours is the best presentation. All right. You don't have to explicitly say that, but the argument is like, here's what I experienced. This is what my history was. Then that audience of your peers will need to be convinced that your historical presentation is the best because they are going to be challenged to try to look at all the different interpretations to evaluate and make their own interpretation of what the summer of 2020 was. So that's going to come out in the product and performance, a presentation along with then a collection of those presentations. So that'll happen in Flipgrid. You will have to watch them and then use and listen and interpret out of those, which you will write up as this is what happened in the summer of 2020. All right. A good account will have a well designed presentation, a detailed account of their personal history, as well as an effective evaluation of the most accurate account by utilizing as many other presentations as possible. So, week one, you are going to access here in Schoology by clicking the Online Learning History of the Americas page. That'll take you to the two folders, the one intro you should have done already. And in week one, you're starting with this video, which you hopefully have already gotten to through this link. And now I'm going to take you through these four things. Day one. So, like I said, the discussion of my summer video, that will take you to a link and then a question that you will have to answer for my summer presentation. If you click on this, it'll take you to this Flipgrid link where you can see my presentation. If you see, you'll see something like this, and then eventually where you will record your own. Before you record your own, I want you to watch mine and I want you to evaluate it here. I want you to explain whether you think this was a valuable presentation of history of the summer of 2020. Simple put, okay? Give a good critique. That's kind of what I'm looking for here. Then you're going to go into the next thing, which is to brainstorm and plan your own rather than just go in and record what you think. So I want you to develop a list and plan a way that you would organize this. You're going to do that by clicking on this graphic organizer and opening this. And it's pretty much up to you as much as you want to fill this out. You can do every month, you can do every question, or do a handful of them. Obviously, the more that you do, the more detailed your presentation will be, but it may be too much. You don't want to do too much because for day three, creating your product, which again takes you back to a link, which is the My Summer Presentation Flipgrid. When you're recording this, you're going to want to create something that's no more than 3 minutes. All right. And then eventually, after you have enough on here, you're going to go back and watch as many as you can. And that's going to lead to really the summative part of all this, which is a combination of your presentation being graded and the evaluation of others. And so, what I really want you to look at here is the idea of your evaluation. This part of you're going to create this in order to then evaluate yours and others to create an essay that basically explains what happened during the summer of 2020. All right. So this is kind of the thing that you have to go back and look at these other presentations and use that as kind of giving a detailed argument of what the summer of 2020 was.